Afternoon, everybody. This is Joe Sonona coming to you with Sonona Speaks Seminars Coffee Talk with the listing pros in real estate. And my special guest this week is Ricky Carruth from Orange Beach, Alabama. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing real good. Thanks for having me, man. The Sonona Speaks.
Sonona Speaks. Sonona Speaks to Carruth today.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm very honored to have you on my program, Ricky, and it's been a long time coming, and a lot of people are going to tune in to see this interview. I mean, we're going to get millions and millions of people to find out exactly what makes Ricky Carruth tick in listings. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and then I'll start with the questions.
Man, I'm a small town Alabama boy. Grew up in a trailer. Somehow I got in real estate. Been doing that 18 years, and since 2014, I've closed over 100 deals a year as a single agent. And I'm just happy to be here. I feel like real estate and selling houses is kind of how I make a living. But I think my calling was actually helping people, inspiring people, things of that nature. So yeah, I'm just at this point. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm just kind of enjoying the process because now I understand it's just a matter of time, before I actually get where I want to be in life.
Nice, nice. So, one of the questions I ask all my guests on the show who are top listing pros is what is your secret sauce to listing so many homes? And you list a ton of homes every year and you sell 100 homes a year. You're the number one agent in all of Alabama now, 5, 6 years in a row.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I hit it 3 times, but I'm the number one agent out of all agents in my county since 2014. I'm the single highest producing agent in my county since 2014. The secret sauce, looking back on it, is personal brand. Um, Period. Just 2 words, personal brand. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can do that, but the way that I feel is the most effective, especially for the real estate world, is to have those one-on-one conversations. Like in real estate, you know, it's different than like, buying you know, something online, buying, groceries, buying, household goods, buying a book, buying, whatever. It's even different than buying like a trip, a vacation. This is a lot different, and they need someone to consult them through this deal. There's so many intricate parts of a real estate transaction. They need somebody they can trust, somebody they feel good about, somebody they feel like is going to work really hard. And those are the things that you want to build your personal brand around. You want to build your personal brand around working hard, being professional, dependable, honest. And that's kind of what I did. So I feel like there's 2 avenues. There's the talking to the most property owners part of this business. Whoever talks to the most property owners with the best intentions and builds a personal brand around that is going to win. It's just a matter of time. If you're putting in the work, you have a daily routine that you focus on the things that matter, which is talking to more property owners. Um, and then as far as personal branding from that point, when I have those initial conversations, the trick is to make them feel comfortable with you, right? Through talking to them like they're a friend or family member, and then backing that up with a weekly email. Every single Wednesday since 2007, I've sent out a weekly email. And it's literally the reason why I'm able to sell so many properties and still do things like this and write books and speak and do videos. Um, the weekly email is literally the foundation of my personal brand. And so when you combine the fact that I get one on one with people, I get very personal with people, I let them feel my personality and feel like how real it is, and I really want to help them and work hard for them. And then I back that up with a weekly email forever where they never forget who I am. Okay, then it's just like I say, a matter of time. And email has a higher organic reach than any other platform out there. Organic reach means that they saw it in their inbox. An impression is the real reach. Social media, when they tell you, so many people saw the post on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, when they think organic reach, you're just thinking of how many people saw it. You're not saying how many people liked it or commented on it. That's engagement. Reach is how many people just saw it. And, everybody sees that email in their inbox, whether they open it or not. And it means something when they see it every week, even if they don't open it. And then 2 years later, now they're interested in doing deals. They're gonna start opening it at that point. Then they're gonna call you 3 weeks later after they open it 3 weeks in a row, and they're ready to buy or sell. So I think that it's understanding that closings happen every day. You got to be out there talking to people, and you have to build your own little snowball, okay, where you have so many clients on this weekly email train, okay, that at some point it just turns into a monster. At this point, all I do is send a weekly email out and I close 100 deals a year. That's all I do in my entire business. I don't do social media. I don't do direct mail. I don't do cold calling anymore. I literally just send out a weekly email, and I have so many leads coming to me through that I can barely keep up. And I close 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week.
But it wasn't always so easy, though. When you first started, like a new agent or even a seasoned agent today would say to you, what is your best advice for me? I mean, how do I get started? Do I get started with a newsletter?
Yeah. Dude, you do exactly what I just talked about. Whoever talks to the most property owners, right? So you go to zero2diamond.com, you download a 90-day action plan that's all free. You download the phone scripts, you watch the videos of me making live calls, and then you go out there and do it yourself. It's not real. See, the problem is, so many people tell you so many different things to do. And, at the end of the day, everything works. But what you have to figure out as a new agent is what's most effective, what's most productive. Everything isn't as productive and cost efficient as other things. So it's really hard to decipher what really works, what's the best, what's the most efficient. And so because of that, you just kind of find yourself floundering around a bunch of different activities, and you never really get really good at the activities that really matter, like talking to people on the phone and making them feel comfortable with you. That's a skill that you have to develop. I don't care where you get your leads from. It could be online leads, Facebook, or sale by owners. It doesn't matter where you get your leads from. If you can't talk to people on the phone, and then once you understand how to communicate with people on the phone or even in person, how to talk to people to help them feel comfortable with you and communicate who you are as a person, that you're there to help and work hard, then and only then does it not matter where you get your leads from. You just use that skill to get out there and talk to as many people as possible. The problem is a lot of people are running away from trying to develop that skill. They don't want to talk to strangers. They don't want to cold call. They don't want to, get out there in public and network and do all these things. And
do they fear rejection? Do most people fear rejection? Is that why they don't do it? Because we're sort of we're teaching them here on Coffee Talk on how to overcome certain fears. But do you think it's fear itself of doing?
Yeah, it's literally a fear of nothing, because you ask them what they're scared of, and they're like, I don't know, right? So at the end of the day, with rejection, for me, it's like I want, I'm not going to take the rejection, right? I'm going to give the rejection. Okay. So when I feel someone starting to heat up a little bit and give me a little bit of pushback, I'm going to immediately, I'm on the attack now. I'm on the offense, and I'm going to give them rejection. I'm going to say, ma'am, listen here. I'm not here to try to sell your house, okay, or whatever. I'm here to try to help you. If they get loud, boom, I'm going to hang up on them before they hang up on me, right? I'm going to give them the rejection. I'm going to have them.
And I've heard you hang up on them, but then you never call that same person again, right?
No.
Next one.
Yeah. Because
that's what a lot of agents don't understand.
The thing is you'll never call every single property owner. Okay. Once you called them, once you try to call them, that's it. It's over at that point. If you want to try to call that subdivision again in a year, great. Go for it. In a year, okay. Let's forget about it till then. Let's move on to something new, fresh, new blood. You always need new, fresh water flowing through your business. The problem is everybody has old, swampy water, stagnant, that's just been sitting there, and they keep trying to turn that into fresh water. Okay. And yeah, you may get a little fresh water out of that, sure. But let's keep pouring fresh water into our business, and let's let it flow, right? And so the only way to do that is to talk to new people. So when you're calling somebody and they don't answer, there's no need to try to call them again. Okay, they're habitual non-answerers. You're just going to let that dial on somebody who's not going to answer when you could have called somebody who might answer, right? So that's just the kind of the way I look at it. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. The thing is, I don't care. I don't care what someone thinks is right or wrong, what the right strategy is. The bottom line is I'm going to put in work, and I'm going to talk to more people than you. That's it. That's the bottom line. I'm going to talk to more people than you. I'm going to work harder than you to talk to more people, to build my brand and let people know that I'm here to help them, to work hard, to be honest, to be professional. And that's it. How I do it, the intricate details, we're thinking too much. You know, if you want to call the same person over and you want to call them 2 weeks later or next week, go for it. I don't care. You know, you don't have to listen to exactly what I say word for word and do it exactly the way I do it. But here's what I will tell you. You got to work harder. You got to talk to the most people, and you got to build a personal brand. End of story, right? And if you're a new agent and you're like, oh, you know, that sounds really, you know, that sounds like, you know, that's easy coming from you.
Well, that's because these new agents, when they come into the business, some of them don't understand that this is a profession. This is something that you choose to do, and that you have to give it your all. Like you give it your all. I go on Instagram and I see your wake up time, and I see your good night time, and my goodness, you get up before the sun, and you wake up before the sun. You go to bed before the moon comes up, and it's amazing. You're very timely, you know. Do you and I'm wondering, did you discipline yourself, you know, when you first started in the business? Did you time block? Did you learn about business plans and structure and discipline? How did you get to be who you are today?
No, I didn't look at all that. Everything that I do is from trial and error. I didn't go to seminars. I didn't read any books. I didn't do that until I lost everything in the crash. I didn't, you know, try to figure out stuff. I just did stuff. You know what I mean? And at this point, what I'm doing right now, I'm taking everything that I've learned, and I'm literally just setting myself up for incredible success. That's it. Like it's not rocket science. You know, if you look at the most successful people in the world, what do? They get up early. Okay, cool. So step one, let's get up early. You know, last year I was like, okay, I need an extra hour a day to answer DMs. Boom. I get up at 4:30 and I'll answer those from 4:30 to 5:30 because I'm getting so many DMs. Boom. 2 weeks ago, I decided, you know what? I need an extra 30 minutes a day. I already squeezed another hour out of the day. Where can I get an extra 30 minutes? Boom. I wake up at 4:30, and instead of getting in the gym by 6, I'm in the gym by 5:30 now. Okay, so I answer from 4:30 to 5:30, then I jump in the gym. Okay, then I still get my hour workout. And now instead of starting my day at 8 o'clock, okay, now I'm starting my day at 7:30. So I just squeezed an extra 30 minutes of work out of my day. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tweak it again. I'll figure out how to squeeze another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes out of my day. Because the thing is, these little 5, 10, 20-minute, hour-long increments that you squeeze into your day for these real productive, high productive activities, you know, they add up over time, right? And over time, you find yourself in this situation where you've grown so much, you look back and you're like, wow, you know, it's the little things within your routine that you do every day for decades is what gets you where you want to be. You know, it's the little things that don't matter on a day-to-day basis, but are huge in the whole scheme of things over a 5-10 year period. You know, it's like making calls. You know, you make 100 calls, you have 2 really good conversations. Nobody wants to buy or sell, right? 2 really good conversations. People might do something with you 3 years from now. Okay, and you think, oh, okay, that didn't change my life. That didn't change my business. Nothing different here. But if you make those 100 calls every day and you have 2 great conversations every day, you're going to run into somebody that wants to do business now, And then later on, all those people that you accumulated over time are all going to come back to you at once. That's what's happening to me right now. That's what I'm able to just send this email out, and then hundreds of people want to buy or sell with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just in a constant mode of keep trying to keep caught up with all the leads that are coming in that are repeat customers, referrals, referrals of referrals. That's just what it is. And so what I have right now and what I'm trying to explain to everyone watching is that what I have in terms of my business is literally an accumulation of the little things that I did over the last couple decades that have built up to this snowball of what it is today. Right? And that's how you build a business.
Should a listing agent constantly reinvent also their marketing tools, or is there any special secret to marketing a listing? I mean, how do you which technology tools do you use?
You put it on MLS, and then you go get another listing.
That's it.
That's it.
No Instagram, no Facebook.
No. If you want to, great. You better have it set up where it's really quick and you're not spending an hour trying to do social media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't use social media. There's a lot of people that are successful using social media in the real estate business. That's great. It's fine and dandy, but why are we using social media in our real estate business, right? We're doing it to try to build awareness of our brand and to produce leads and to get people to start calling us and stuff, right? See, the great thing about real estate is you can just get all the property owners in your area and just start calling them. You don't have to build this brand and wait on people to call you. You can just call them, and get to know them and help them and build your brand that way, And I'll tell you something, man, people respect cold callers too. People respect that. They see that that's an act of hard work. And a lot of people respect it. A lot of people are scared. Oh, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to, this and that.
Well, if it's done the right way, like you do it the right way, you're having a conversation. I've had cold callers call me and try to sell themselves right over the phone, and I'm like, all right, I'm hanging up. But you do it. How do you do it? Can you illustrate how you do it? You want to do it?
No, I just call them up and I say, hey, is this Mr. Johnson? Cool. Yeah, this is Ricky Carruth at the eXp Realty. How you doing? Cool. Look, yeah, I'm enjoying the day. Isn't it gorgeous outside? Cool. Well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a house around the corner sold, or I sold a property around the corner, or there was a new listing in your neighborhood, and I didn't know if there's anything in the world I could do for you. Bam. Okay. It's the tone. It's the speed of the voice. It's the pitch. It's the intentions. The intentions are not to try to sell. A lot of people are like, hey, have you considered selling your house? Or, have you thought about moving? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I'm just like, look, I'm in real estate. A house around the corner sold. Is there anything I can do for you? And it's an indirect way of asking them if they want to buy or sell. It's an indirect way of asking them if they want to buy or sell. And then, that turns into a possible conversation, which could lead to them telling me they might want to buy or sell something soon. And if not, it's like, cool. Well, look, is there an agent you would work with if you were to do something? No. Cool. Well, look, I'm sure at some point in the future, you're going to do something. I'm sure you're going to sell the house you're in. You're going to buy another and going to do something. I'm sure I'd love the opportunity to work with you when that day comes. Would it be all right if I just stayed in touch with you? And it's like a no harm, no foul. They're like, sure. I mean, you sound like a nice guy. Sure. Stay in touch with me. Great. What's a good email? Is this your cell number? Boom. Now I have all the data I need. I've made a great impression on them. I have all the data I need to build that brand through my weekly email. If I want to follow up with him once a year, just check in and make sure he's still getting the email, see if there's anything you can do for him. Cool. But
Ricky, I know that was the first thing that I learned in your Zero to Diamond program. And before we even met, before we even talked to one another on the phone, I kept saying to myself, these are natural conversations. They all work for me. And I remember just using that technique, just using that simple technique. I think the first few months I started to listen to your program, I listed 22 more houses because of that. And I went boom to myself and then I contacted you and I said, wow, this and then we built a relationship over time. And I said, this is great. Everybody should be doing the same thing. It's a natural conversation.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. It's like you're talking to your mom, dad, brother, cousin, best friend from high school. That's the kind of conversations you need to have with your strangers. You need to be able to implement the same feeling that you have when you're talking to your mom, dad, brother, cousin to your prospects, and that's when everything starts to click. That's when people start having these real conversations with you. They feel comfortable with you and they start spilling the beans, telling you what they want to do with their real estate goals, and then once you know that, it's easy to help them. Once you know what they're trying to do, and why they're trying to do it, then you can truly help them. That's one of the big mistakes that agents make, especially new agents, is they don't really ask why people are buying or selling. They're just like, oh, you want to buy that? Okay, what are you looking for? Okay, I'll send you some properties. They don't say, well, why are you what's causing you to want to buy or what's
Right.
causing you to want to sell? And then that's when you get into these life decisions where it's like, okay, my mother died, my kids went to college, I lost my job, I got a job, we're just wanting to upgrade, whatever it is. There's something behind the scenes going on in their life that's causing them to make this decision to buy or sell. And when we find that out, on top of talking to them like family, now they really feel like you care about them because you do, and you're in a position now where you can truly help them. And that's where that's the highest stage of a real estate agent, is when you're there to literally just help them with their bigger life things going on, rather than just help them buy a house, help them sell a house.
And there's a detachment when you don't do it, because and the consumer hears it over the other end of the phone that you just don't care about them, that you're only here for real estate
Yeah.
and solicitation. That's when the hangups happen, right?
Well, and too, like they may do a deal with you, they may get into it or found you online or whatever, and you may end up doing a deal with them, but they may not come back to you. They may not refer people to you. You may do the deal and think, yippee, but they have no intentions of referring anyone to you or coming back to you as a repeat customer. So you got to go deep. You got to go deep and you got to show them how much you care. That's like the highest level. And if new agents can adopt this from day one and really start working with this, their first year is gonna be monumental compared to what it would have been if they would have taken the high pressure 1980s approach, to real estate.
And that's what we teach the seasoned agents. Don't do that. Take this kind of approach, because those old ways just don't work it anymore. I remember somebody used to say somebody taught me, a motivational speaker said, when somebody asks you how the market is doing, just say unbelievable, because you cover it both ways. And it's the way you say it. Today, 2020, that's not going to work. You can't say unbelievable. You have to back it up by what you know. And so people can feel comfortable with you in who you are. Right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's unbelievable, because prices are still up, compared to last year. Transactions, did you see the May report?
For NAR,
Yeah,
it was actually up.
I think sales were up from April 44%,
Mm-hmm.
which was the largest increase month over month that they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the
I mean,
gates were open after the pandemic,
yeah.
and everybody came out of quarantine, and we knew, that this was going to be a good selling season, and it's still a selling season no matter what month you're in. So, moving on to you as Ricky Carruth, the author, you wrote 2 books. I'd
Hmm.
like to talk about them, and as we go, just to promote them a little bit. And if you're working on any other book, you wrote Zero to Diamond,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
List
yeah.
the Last.
Yep, yep. Zero to Diamond, How to Become a $1 Million Real Estate Agent. That was my first book. And then we went to List to Last, How to Survive Every Real Estate Market Crash. So that was another, home run, knocked it out the park. And yeah, I'm working on another one when I can, just kind of on my off time, right? And yeah, I'm excited. I love writing. I have a lot of really good book ideas, and as I move, as I move through the stages of my career and through my life, that's one thing I really want to start doing is writing. And knock out a lot of these book ideas that I have. So yeah, a third one is on the way. It is going to be a masterpiece, so I'm looking forward to that. And I hey, if it helps someone, inspires someone, helps people see a different perspective that puts their life in a whole new ball game, then that's what it's all about.
And you have your show, your YouTube show, and
Mhm.
you do live cold calling. And I want to say that it's fantastic because you usually pick somebody out there who's a top listing agent and somebody who does it like you do. And you have the zero to diamond on and the challenges, the 28-day challenge. And do you have a 90-day challenge too?
It's a 90-day action plan, right? So there's a full course. As soon as you get through with the course, it takes a week or so, a week or two. Then you're going to start the 28-day challenge. That's where you get a challenge texted to you every day for 28 days, a 5 or 10 minute video with your challenge. And it is reshaping, like it is revamping agents, new agents, experienced agents, all across the board, different countries. It's revamping their business and bringing it back to life. There's thousands of agents in the Zero to Diamond program that have doubled and tripled their income year over year. So there's a lot of cool things going on there, and I'm just excited that something that I do and that I share is actually inspiring people and helping people live better lives and increase their income.
And one of the things that you and I share, one of our philosophies is reducing the failure rate in real estate, as everybody may or may not know here on this program. But NAR published a report that 87% of all new agents fail in their first year. That's astonishing. So Ricky and I both share our same philosophy of reducing that failure rate in real estate. Is there anything coming up future-wise to further push that agenda?
What was it? When they come
To
out with
reduce
that?
87% of
When did
all
they
new
come out with that?
agents.
Where is that? Where can I find
That's
that?
in an NAR report published for the last couple of years of all
Mhm.
new agents coming. It's always comes out every year after year, and 87% of all new agents fail in their first year. And that's
First
astonishing.
year. Wow. Yeah, there's so many different stats out there. Like some people say that 87% is like the first 3 years. Some people say this. Some people say it's higher than that. Whatever. But yeah, if that's coming straight from NAR, so 87% fell in the first year. That is massive, massive. I believe it. I believe it. The 87 part's kind of mind blowing, to be honest
And
with you.
and I think it's because they don't have a good discipline template like you are um, like you have and I have, that we do get up and we time block our days and et cetera, et cetera, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, here's the thing. It's really simple. There's so many things out there, people trying to pull you in different directions. If you keep it simple and just focus on those 3 or 4 things that really matter, talking to the most people with your voice out of your mouth, talking to the most people, building brand, keeping up with the people who are looking to do something in the next 90 days, just focusing on those main things where they all involve people, and finding out what you can do to help them, building your database, building your personal brand, and just keeping on pushing. You're going to have frustrating moments, right? You're going to have frustrating moments. You're not going to succeed as fast as you want. You're not going to succeed as big as you want, as fast as you want. um, hey, welcome to the club. That's
That's
part of
right.
the business. That's just part of it, and you just have to keep pushing. The people that keep pushing, it's been proven time over time again that those are the people that succeed really big. And it may take longer than what most people wanted it to take, but they got there. That's all that matters. So everything is stages, everything is a process. So the faster you can push through that process, the faster you're going to get there. It doesn't matter how hard you push, it's going to take you years to get where you really want to be. And that's what people can't wrap their mind around when they get into real estate.
Right. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate you coming on and giving us your nuggets, your golden nuggets, and most importantly, your inspiration to keep on going. And you have a mantra that's "Let's go." So I'm going to say it. Let's go. Ricky Carruth. Thank you very much, everybody. This is Joe Sonona with Sonona Speaks Seminars, presents Coffee Talk with the listing pros in real estate. And my guest this week was Ricky Carruth, author, national speaker, coach, real estate agent, most of all, extraordinaire. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, Ricky.